There's been intense concern raised in the last few days about the potential for the downgrading of our state's bonds to junk status and the dramatic and lasting consequences that would bring. But it should really disappoint all Illinoisans that the General Assembly did not do its job and send a budget along with substantial reforms to the governor's desk back in May to avoid this potential catastrophe. Instead, a budget and tax hikes were sent to the governor's desk that everyone knew was going to get vetoed. And even with that tax and spending plan that passed, it still may not convince Moody's from downgrading the state of Illinois bonds to junk status, even with a budget in place. So rewind for a second back to my remarks on the floor just a few days ago. Before the tax increase passed, I said the bond houses that we all of a sudden care about, they aren't going to see any change in our pension costs because we aren't actually addressing pension reform. So it shocked me when I read the Moody's statement yesterday when it says, so far, the plan appears to lack concrete measures that will materially improve Illinois' long-term capacity to address its unfunded pension liabilities. Seriously, people, nobody's making this up. This is real, and it's in front of us. Moody's believes that the state has $251 billion in unfunded pension liabilities. And without substantive pension reform, Illinois won't be able to afford that debt. This isn't a political statement. This is actual, real stuff right in front of us again. And just so we're all clear, this is not new. Moody's been telling us for a long time that Illinois is on the wrong financial track. In 1973, Moody's gave Illinois a AAA rating right out of the gate. Then in 1991 through 2013, we were downgraded 11 times. We've been downgraded 3 more times since 2015, including one time just last month. That's all real, and we knew it, and we're still running things this way. That's why the governor and many of the Republicans on my side here have been fighting for reforms to change the trajectory of our state's horrible finances. My friends on the other side of the aisle keep saying, oh, the reforms are either on the governor's desk or they're on their way. But I'm sorry to inform you guys, those lipstick reforms won't cut it. We can't just accept watered-down bills that will have minimal savings or virtually no impact just because we're calling them reforms. Concrete reforms with real savings are required and long overdue to save Illinois. So for 2.5 years, we've been working on these reforms, real reforms. But we can't keep stalling and passing reforms in name only that won't actually change the status quo. It's time for us to get real. It's time for us to get to work and get these reforms into actual statute. This is what the General Assembly should have done, and we could have done, back in the spring of 2015 when we all got together for the first time. Reforms first. They change how we do our budget, then we can actually sit down and get a real budget done. And here we are doing things in the wrong order again. And I'll put it out there because I have to, maybe someday in my tenure down here, we'll actually start with the first step first, and we'll actually do a revenue estimate. Thank you.